Okay, I'm not sure if this is going to start because I know the starter's bad. But I would sure like to get this puppy to start so I can pull it out and clean it up a little bit. Okay, it was always 1, 2, 3, and halfway up on the gas pedal. And I got nothing. I'm going to have to put it on because I know the battery is new, but I'm not even getting a click now. Okay. We're going to have to put it on the battery charger. The battery was still good the other day, but I'm not hearing the clock. It's got an analog clock in here and it's not ticking, so I'm guessing that means the battery is dead. Oh well, I'll put it on the charger and we'll try again later. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the inside of the Suburban. You'll see that there is some fade damage. There's a few trim pieces that need to be replaced, but overall, it's not in too bad a shape considering it's over 40 years old. So there's pedals are still in pretty good shape. Dash doesn't look too bad. It's a little scratched up, but I think it can be polished up and made to look a little bit better. The worst thing in the front are the seats, and they do have a lot of both sun damage, rot, and a little bit of the cushion is torn up. Nothing that can't be either recovered or reupholstered. I haven't completely decided what I'm going to do. You can see that I have started storing parts. I've got some brake lines there and some other parts that need to be replaced, including a starter and some brake parts like drums and so on. Okay, in the meantime, the back seat, it does have some damage here, and there is damage on the back of this seat. This is the second seat, and you'll see damage where mice got into it while it was in storage. But one of the things I love about this is that you can actually have a full truck bed, or you can have 3 seats. It's magnificent to haul a family in. Now, the back side of the front seat is not too bad. It's in pretty good shape yet, but it is... The seat covers are sun-rotted, and they do have some damage to some of the cushion on them over the years between a lot of use. Between a lot of use and the fact that it was stored for about 23 years. Carpet is not bad. I mean, if you wanted to have it, completely pristine like it was new, yeah, you would have to replace carpet and stuff. And as I go through this with a fine-tooth comb, I'll have a better idea. But right now, we're doing this on a budget. So I'm not in a big hurry to spend a lot of money. Now, in addition to the back seat being in pretty good shape, the third seat is really in great shape. It feels to me like it's had less sun damage on it. There are no tears in the front whatsoever. There is a slight tear in the very back of the seat. So I am going to have to at least repair that. This is the tailgate that I have torn open. Not torn, but I disassembled it because I'm having a problem with the safety switch on the glass. And it's just getting the window up and down has been a problem. So I'm going to have to replace at least one piece, possibly more. So down here I have the pieces that I took off. I am going to have to replace this plastic that went, or vinyl I guess, that went on the inside of the tailgate because the screws were rusted pretty bad. They wouldn't come loose. There's the wheel well and the drain for the wheel well for the spare tire. I do have a bad section of carpet back here, so at least some of the back carpet is going to have to be replaced. And there again, that was from mouse damage. Now, when I first pulled this out, looks like I see a little bit of daylight through the tailgate. I may have to get a new tailgate. I'll have to see. I was hoping I could repair that, but we will have to do a little bit closer investigation. Like a lot of vehicles from this era, there was a problem. So I have priced that out. It is expensive, but we drove it without it for a lot of years. And let me tell you, it's cold in the winter and it's hot in the summer. So I definitely have to get the headliner purchased and put back in here. So I do want to get everything else repaired that needs to be repaired as far as the mechanicals, you know, before I spend all the money on the headliner. Okay, now you can see there's been sun damage on the vinyl door liners. The velour fabric is actually, for the most part, in pretty good shape. Now, I do have a few trim pieces that do need to be replaced, but as far as the doors, they're not in too bad a shape. And I believe I can repaint these without having to replace the door liners. I also need to get some more door lock replacements to go on here. I think I've got at least 2 or 3 of those that need to be replaced. I'll probably just get a whole new set to go on. The dash, the radio does not work. The original owner purchased this particular Suburban on April 6th of 1984. It was purchased brand new, and it was at a total cash price of $17,073.79. It is the Suburban C10. It is the Silverado package and trim. Now, I purchased it as the second owner I thought I purchased it in 1992, but apparently I purchased it on March 15th of 95. Now, at the time, it showed an odometer reading of 17,705 miles. The purchase price was $4,400. And people wonder why I choke when I see a purchase price of 66,000 up to 70 some thousand dollars for a comparable model today. These times, they're a changin'. I use this Suburban as my mom-mobile. This is the vehicle that I hauled my children and their friends around for years in. In fact, my children were getting married by the time this Suburban lost its transmission. It lost the ability to actually back up, and that's why it was parked originally. It has been in storage for over 20 years. I think, if memory serves me right, it was in storage for about 23 years. And there were several things that had started to malfunction on it, but now I am in the process of getting it back in good running condition. This will not be restored as a show vehicle. This vehicle will be my backup vehicle and my vehicle that I use as a truck for hauling things that I cannot get in my Renegade. So I cannot afford to put the amount of money in it that would be required to make it show quality, but it will be in good enough condition to be reliable transportation. So I would love it if you would come back and see me. I am making an attempt to restore this to good running working condition for $5,000. If you want to come back for weekly updates and to see whether or not it can be done, I would love that. My first hiccup was that the incorrect transmission was ordered in. Apparently, there were two different transmissions put in these 1984s, and according to the VIN number, they ordered the correct transmission, but as we started looking underneath it, we noticed that the transmissions didn't seem to line up. So we started looking a little deeper, and apparently there is another option for transmissions. So I am currently trying to locate one of those. So, like I said, come back weekly for updates. If you come back and see me, we'll talk again soon, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.